Hi, this is Joe. If you're getting this message, that's awesome. It means one, you're you resonate with me, and that what you're going through, what you're going about in the process of awakening, and I'm a guide. I'm your your guide for helping you through and giving you tips and telling you of my experience in the awakening process. And you might ask, what is the awakening process? I mean, what is this that I'm going through? And really, it's in 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 a nutshell, it's a change of consciousness, that where you're learning, you're breaking free from a previous consciousness where you saw the world in a different manner, where things seem to be normal as far as going to work, going to the education systems, the corporate systems, the what do you call it, financial systems, everything did beforehand was normal. Now in this, and now that you're starting this on this journey, you are um, you are realizing that one, you're changing into a different consciousness. I mean, we are all one consciousness. I mean, I'm you and you are me. We're all part of the divine source. But what you're doing is what happened is when your soul chose to wake up and during this lifetime, and for the purpose of one, healing your family lineage, as well as helping humanity raise their frequency, because as more and more people go through this process of awakening, and more people become, how would I say, more crystalline, less dense, and less, because as you go through the process and you're doing the inner healing, you're also becoming less dense, you're becoming more crystalline. And we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And when you, as a whole soul, chose to do this, you chose to one, liberate your family of trauma, generational traumas, and illnesses, and also to help your family become, what do you call it, not have to worry about these for your next nine generations of family members. And this is exactly what you came to do. And the way, and at the time, at this time, and that you came to earth, is the time when this awakening process, and everybody that chose as a soul is going through this. And there's waves of this. I was part of the first wave that started about over a year and a half ago. And I chose to do this work as a light worker, spiritual guide, to do the become the first, I mean, one of the first in the first group, so that I could provide assistance to those other other of us humans that are going through this as a as spiritual creatures as we are. The awakening process, as you change your consciousness and you heal, do the inner healing by meditating, by letting and transmuting the emotions that you have inside, you become more, I would say, as a light being. And what our future is for humanity is this: is that we are headed toward that of bringing heaven on earth again. And those that have controlled us for ages, now with their systems of government, systems of financial systems, corporate systems, everything is, and these are slowly breaking down as we see it in today's society. That they're no longer will be able to control us. And the same thing is that, in the same manner that we are liberating ourselves, because those of us that are going through this process of awakening is one, helping to liberate those around us. I mean, because once you do the you're going through the awakening process, and you not only liberate yourself of bottled up emotions, but everybody around you, being your family members, are reflections of you. They're basically holograms of of you. I mean, it sounds weird, but like a Star Wars movie, but it isn't. It's you're. I mean, as you heal yourself, yeah, you'll see that your family members will also heal, and then your relationships with them, and there will be some family members that do not heal, and that they either or because of toxic relationships or abusive or whatever, they'll fall away from. And when you get through this process, they will fall away from you, and now no longer what do you call it, be with you, for the reason of to follow your life and your life journey. And those are the time those are the rough times that happen, but at the same time, at the end, it's the what's in your the divine has everything set up for your best and for your best interest, and everything that happens in the awakening process. As how can I say it? The awakening process is a way of basically a school of releasing and healing, releasing emotions and healing yourself. And each day, you're presented with challenges. I mean, where the divine God is pushing emotions, out pushing you to address emotions of things, and even some things that you don't even know about. But when you start meditating and relaxing your nervous system and calming your mind, are the three things that are very critical in this process. Is one, relax, doing the meditation, relaxing your nervous system first, and then the second thing is calming your mind in meditation as well. So you don't have that, what they call the monkey mind syndrome, that you're just trying to you can't think of it. You can't let the emotions come up if your mind is racing all over the place. And that was my experience when I was going through this. I mean, it took me a few weeks to be able to. It took me like a couple of weeks to be able to even sit down for 5 to 10 minutes, because I was always used. I mean, I was on fight or flight mode, where I was always doing things, and I could barely sit down for 5 minutes, let alone 10. And when I did, it when I did sit down for 10 minutes, it was my mind was all over the place, or I felt like I had to go to the bathroom, I had to go upstairs, I had to do something. I had an itch. I was always something distracting that would come up, and whether I hear noise in the corner of the room, I mean how that goes. But and at first that's just normal. I mean, this process is that you have to it's focusing on yourself, and doing that, you have to take time for yourself, away from others. Being that if you get in a car and you're parked in a parked car, you go in the corner of the house where nobody can disturb you, and just take those 10-15 minutes 2 to 3 times a day, and do the meditation. So you'll see that you'll see the improvements. And what happens each day is basically it's this awakening process pushes you, helps you deal with the emotions, and helps you by breath work through meditation. It pushes you to elevate the emotions, transmute them, so that they can be released. And as you go along, I mean, I can't say it's not. How can I say it? It's not always a fun process, because things come up that you didn't expect, and you cry, you shout. You have to do things. I mean, do or write. I mean, those are things just to get things out of your system, but they are all useful tools useful things to be able to release. And even grounding, putting your feet on the ground, on the earth, and will help you as well. You can do that while meditating, and you just feel like as you imagine your feet are like roots going into the earth, and that helps you as far as grounding. When you're going through a meditation or going and you or after meditation, and you feel like how you say it, unbalanced or really how you say it really I would say pressured, kind of, where you feel like that you're feeling a lot of emotion. One of the best things too is if you're into journal, if you don't have anybody to talk to, is and talk to yourself and just release it that way. And the third thing is also is to um, jump up and down, just jumping up and down, the stress, the emotions. It's just like shaking a bottle shaking, shaking a bottle of Coca-Cola, soda or something. I won't say any brand names because that doesn't matter. But any soda where you shake it and then when you pop off the cap, it's gonna explode. And in that case, it's the same thing. When you're jumping up and down, it helps move the emotions and around in your body, and it helps you release it. And the breath work also helps you release it when you take the 3 to 5 breaths in and hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then 3 to 5 seconds release in meditation, and you just do those deep breaths. That helps you as well. And like I said, the awakening process is that's what it is changing consciousness, change and focus. Because if you're focused like I was, trying to save the world, um, by trying to be there for everybody, financially, emotionally, and physically, it's trying on yourself. It's extremely demanding and extremely draining. And what I found out through this process is that you're when you that the main thing you have to focus on is yourself. It's similar to like the airline industry, where airline stewardesses, where they put the mask. They put the mask during an emergency or during a loss of pressure situation. You put the mask over yourself first, and then over your family members. And this is the same thing, same concept, where you focus on yourself, do the inner work, and go through this awakening process where you're releasing, healing, and getting better each day, which then is going to reflect on other people as well. And in your direct family members, anybody that have a direct relationship that you have with them, you'll see your relationship improve. And not only with your family members, but you also see that that you don't overreact and stuff with others that you would normally if you're just how can I say it, overstressed and overtasked. You just it's like anything, one extra thing one thing leads to another, and you just react, and then you feel, unfortunately, yeah, bad about it because you didn't take the time to just relax. And this through this awakening process for us, it is the process of releasing emotions, what do you call it? Removing density from our bodies, and basically moving from a 3D world, which we live in right now, to a 5D, which means that you're a less dense being, and that once you go through this process, you also are more, how you say, in love with yourself, more in love with the world, more in love with with life. And you don't look at I can tell you from my experience is you don't look at others. Whether you're working with colleagues or anything, you no longer are in that rat race of competition. I'm still working, but I'm not, how can I say it, trying to compete with others. I'm not trying to you know that you realize in this process that the divine itself has a plan for every one of us, and it's a good plan. and God is good, and He and or she, I mean, it um, provides for us, and this world we're going to make is going to be based on, on limitless resources. Nobody's going to be what do you call, competing for jobs, in the fact that trying to get ahead, trying to get more, trying to get, and there won't be any scarcity. So there's be harmonious relationships, and this will be a global movement. This is a global movement, so it won't be. I mean, this is. I mean, if you're getting this message, this is for those that like you that are going through this process. And I just want to give you a heads up on what the awareness process is, what it's for, why you're here doing it, um, and also to give you a little of my experience of going through it, what to expect. I mean, it is a roller coaster ride emotionally and physically, because as you go, I mean, physically, and the fact that when you're going through some of the emotions, and it does take a toll on you as far as just draining you of. I mean, it's just like anything. If you're going through and releasing emotions, it does take you do feel better afterwards. I mean, I would say it depends on what emotions you're releasing and how much, but and during the time of day you're doing it, it usually maybe take an hour or two to rest, and if needed, and then you go back and can do whatever you needed to do. But it all depends. Everybody's going through different. Everybody has different things they have to go through, as far as emotions and traumas and things that are in their specific family line. And so you can't. It's not one book tells everything, but it is the book of awareness is really that. It's everybody's got to deal with their own emotions, their own traumas, and the end, the closure of the book and completion of this is that you become a whole and oneness with divine. You become a more generous, loving, truthful, um, um, being, and that's sharing one, and happy, I mean, joyous being, because like I'm realizing myself is that you can start to dream about things and to do things. I mean, a lot of us, like me included, I mean, we're dry, and I was is grinding weekly and getting to just to get to Friday, and being happy on Friday, and then being dead tired to then have some potential and have fun either on Saturday, and then Sunday get everything ready to get back and do it again. And many of us, I think, many of us I know are on the same, how can you say it, on the same treadmill, going at 100 miles an hour every week. And then you get to Friday, you hope to get to Friday, and once you get there, then it's like, you're almost too tired to do anything until Saturday, and then you have basically, I mean, maybe Friday night, Saturday, and then Sunday, potentially getting ready and everything ready for the next week. And that's no way to live. And not only that, but we're waiting. I mean, we're holding. I would say it. We're saving our money in 401k and saving, which is not a bad thing, but at the same time, we're waiting to the retirement age to actually enjoy our liberty in our life and have the liberty of doing what we want to do and when we want to do it. And with the awakening process, it teaches you that one, self-love, teaches you self-worth, teaches you the magic of dreaming big again, doing waking up your inner child. Like when you were a kid, you used to either want to paint, you want to play drums, you want to how would say it, sing in the shower or whatever. It wakes us up to it. An awakening process wakes us our inner child up again, because a lot of us, like me, grew up and had to take on a lot of responsibility early in life, and with that, your inner child goes away, because I mean, I myself forgot how to have fun. I mean, do things that are of enjoyment to me. Do take time for myself. Do things that, or spend money on myself. Do things that that I mean, maybe that I used to do as a child, that I still I I still would like to do. And like I said, we shouldn't wait till we retire to travel and to do the things that we love to do. And the awakening process teaches us that we can have everything we want, and we can dream about those things we want, and we can embody is the word. We can embody the roles, or the of what we want to be. I mean, it's like, it's not just the fact that we went to school for. Went to school for in the university for something, and then we're stuck in that um, hedged into that role, and we can't change. And the awakening process basically says teaches us that we're limitless beings, and we can, as source, we are your your source, I'm source, we're all source, and we're just fractals of source and human bodies having a human experience. And with that knowledge, then you understand that how we've been living, and grinding at work and competing and stuff has been a limited journey, where we have to basically, how do you say it, we have to compete for limited resources when there's plenty of resources, and the resources are within. And as God's source being within, we're limitless. And you'll understand that when you go through this process, that there's nothing we can't do with the divine's help. And that's the best message that I can give you, is that it is a tough process. It is a roller coaster ride through this awakening process, but it's well worth it. And not only that, I'm here to help you, as well as many other light workers and spiritual guides. You have a whole spiritual team, and divine and the archangels and your ancestors, all of whom in the spiritual realm are helping you, assisting you in this process. So you're not alone at all. You are definitely well, how do you say, protected. You're well advised, and you're well on your way in this process if you're getting this message. And like I said, I'm here for you, and I'm a mirror image of you. That's why you're seeing this message. And it is also my pleasure and my honor to serve you, as well as others who are listening to this message. And so if you made it this far, I would like, please subscribe, and give a thumbs up, and or any comments that would I would say, if you have any questions or any comments to me, and as far as what you want to hear from me, based on your experience or based on my experience, then I can help. So I'm here for you. I love you, and I'm rooting for you. I know you can do it. You can do it. I did it, and like I said, it's not. It is a worthwhile process, and it definitely, for not only yourself, your family, but also all of mankind. And it's going to be an awesome thing once you get through it, and you'll at the end be thankful for doing this. And that's another thing too in this process, that it teaches you to be thankful each day for all that you have. In the end, some days are, I can tell you, some days are rough. Where you're just, you're just getting just going through emotions after emotions, and you're like a punching bag, and you feel like it, and I'm not like you're getting punched, but it does feel like it, and like you say, you have to get up like Rocky Balboa, and be grateful. Say these things are happening for me, not against me, and be grateful for family, for friends, for a house over your head, food to eat, and that raises your vibration, and also you recognize that 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 this process is for you, and it's helping you, and it is a blessing to go through and an honor to go through this. And when you look at it, that you change your perspective, and like this awakening process does, it changes your perspective on everything, and not only how the systems work in this world, but also how you think, how your 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 awareness also perceives the world, and the fact that you then we become beings of more love, light, and love, and that's where we're going. So, love you. I, again, I'm here for you. Let me know if you have any concerns, questions. Like, subscribe, and I love you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.